now call Deputy Ciaran Lynch. It's 10 minutes.
Thank you, Ciaran Lynch. And today, Ciaran Lynch, we as parliamentarians are being provided with an opportunity to demonstrate that this Parliament can carry out a fair and balanced inquiry that will answer many of the key questions that remain unanswered behind the banking crisis that has impacted heavily on Ireland and the Irish people. The Irish people have waited a long time for this inquiry to be established, and today is the first step. And a journey of work now remains ahead of us. And in listening to the contributions today, I acknowledge many of the comments made about public expectation with regard to this inquiry. It is certainly not going to be a replacement for the courts, or a substitute for the courts, or an alternative to the courts. This is an inquiry that will be very much operated within its own terms of reference. So following on from today, there is a journey of work to be done, and first of all the committee must draft an inquiry proposal and terms of reference and develop an inquiry plan. It is then a matter for the Inquiry and Procedures and Privileges, or the Committee of Procedures and Privileges, and the Houses to approve that inquiry proposal proper. Today, as I've said, Ciaran Lynch, we are at the beginning of that process, not actually at its end. And while an inquiry has been long in coming, I would urge people to be patient as we prepare for the public part of that inquiry, as I'm sure the aspects as we move on will draw further media attention, but there's a job of work to be done now to prepare to arrive to that space, and I would ask people to be patient in that regard. This is the first time that an inquiry of this type will be carried out under the Houses of the Oireachtas Inquiries, Privilege and Procedures Act 2013, and is an opportunity for our Parliament to demonstrate that it can carry out a fair and balanced inquiry to answer the key questions that remain behind the banking crisis. It is crucial that the inquiry should be understandable in what it will set out to achieve and measurable in its objectives and terms of reference. A key element is that the inquiry should be conducted in an open and transparent manner. And it is incumbent on us all to ensure that the parliamentary inquiry is communicated as widely as possible using the many public information services such as Oireachtas TV, a dedicated parliamentary inquiry website, webcasting and other formats in social media. The benefits in doing so is that it allows for a first-hand account to be given by those involved in one of the major events in the history of the state, and allows the people of Ireland to see and hear those people called on to give their evidence in the public domain. This inquiry must have clearly set out timetables and timeframes, and it must not just look to the past, but it must examine how our current systems are operating and ensure that we have a financial services infrastructure along with no oversight institutions that are robust and fit for purpose into the future. This will ensure that the crisis is not revisited upon us again. Finally, Ciaran Lynch, it is necessary that we approach this inquiry with open minds. Nobody has the monopoly on wisdom, and no one should prejudge the outcome of this inquiry. This inquiry is an opportunity to demonstrate an example of Parliament at its best. It is an opportunity for us to leave our club jerseys at the committee room door and to do an important job of work on behalf of the Irish people. Thank you, Ciaran Lynch.